So I saw in a Facebook group the other day, a person asked about tips on how to stop overspending and impulse buying. So I figured, why not make a video on it? And the first clue is it's never about the money. So in today's video, we're gonna cover why people overspend and they can't stay on budget. And then stick around to the end because I'll give you 5 different ways on how to fix it. So like I said before, overspending and blowing up your budget is never about the money. And most spending is some type of emotional response to a situation that's going on in your life. And this situation could be a positive situation, you're really excited about something, or it could be something negative like you're sad or depressed or any of those types of feelings or emotions. So here's an example I'm sure many of us have had. So you're driving home from work, you're exhausted, you really don't feel like cooking because you're stressed out, and you're like, I don't know if I got anything in the fridge. Next thing you know, boom, $50 on takeout. It might not have been a planned expense, but all of a sudden it's there. Or another example is you're feeling a little bit down, depressed, and next thing you know, you're engaging in retail therapy. So here's a personal example from my life. So for a little while I was gaining some weight and I wasn't really feeling really good about it, but for some reason food made me happy. So magically my truck would accidentally turn into Popeyes and poof, there'd be a chicken sandwich in my hand for the ride home after work. Even though my wife was cooking dinner for me, or there was gonna be some kind of food at the house. I didn't need to spend that money, but because it made me happy at that present moment, I was spending the extra cash. So the feeling led to the impulse buying of the food, which led me to feel better, even though it helped me gain more weight, which definitely wasn't a good thing. However, you get the idea. Also, emotional spending doesn't even have to be negative. Sometimes you're feeling really good about something or you're celebrating something. A buddy of yours has a great work day or a celebration of some sort, so you buy him an extra round at the bar and you buy a couple other people around at the bar. You're all feeling great and then you realize that you've just spent an extra $50 to $100 on stuff that you really didn't have to do. So the question is, what feelings are you masking with that spending? And until this is identified, all the budget tools, debt snowballs, or whatever will not work. And this can be a really hard realization to come to, but it has to be done in order for you to fix the problem. So how do we fix this? And remember, this is not an overnight solution. It's gonna take time and it's gonna take some effort. So the first tip I have for you is to do some journaling. And what you're gonna do with this exercise is you're gonna write down your feelings after you've made a purchase. And once you've written down your feelings before the purchase and after the purchase, what kind of emotions you were feeling and what was going on in your head, what it will do is it'll help you identify a pattern and you can see, okay, I was feeling this way and I bought this because I was feeling that way. And then once you start to notice that pattern, you'll be able to take steps and measures in order to help correct that pattern. Hey babe, let me know when you leave the kitchen. Because I can hear everything and it's picking up on the mic. I know, it's okay. Just let me know when you leave. Super loud. Wow. Don't realize how loud your kitchen is until you're trying to record something. No worries. So the second idea I have for you is to have an accountability partner. Now, this is a person that anytime you're not making a planned purchase, you're gonna give a call to, and you'll train them to ask you, are you making an emotional purchase or a logical purchase? Now, this is probably gonna be so annoying to you that it'll make you think twice before you actually make that purchase, and it actually might work for you. So tip number 3 is to meditate. Right before you go to bed or first thing in the morning when you're kind of still in that drowsy-ish state. And meditate on something that you want to actually happen. So visualize yourself in a situation where you typically overspend. And then imagine yourself doing the desired outcome that you prefer. Spend a few minutes on this and do this every day. So immediately after your meditation, take a second and thank yourself for making the right decisions during the meditation, and that'll help you move forward and make the right decisions throughout the day. And meditation is my preferred method whenever I'm trying to sort out any type of situation. I just typically visualize myself doing exactly what I want to do, or anytime I'm trying to manifest any part of anything in my life, this is my preferred and go-to. Hey, if you guys are getting any value out of this, do me a favor and smash that like button so YouTube kind of gets the heads up and pushes the videos out so other people can see them. Also, if you don't want to miss any more videos, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll get all the value that we put out every single week. And the fourth tip I have for you is to prevent impulse food buying. Now, we've all done it where we forget to bring our lunch at work because we didn't plan ahead, and then we end up spending 15, 20 bucks going out, or you get really tired and you don't feel like cooking. So it's always a good idea to have a couple extra frozen pizzas in the freezer, so that way you can just pop them in the oven real quick and you're not going out and spending a ton of money feeding your family. So plan ahead and make sure you have those little extra things around so you don't do those impulse food buying things. Like me going to Popeyes and yeah. So this next tip has a stigma around it sometimes. And sometimes it's a good idea to go see a therapist, especially because we're dealing with feelings and emotions. And if you're having a hard time reining in your spending because you're making impulse buys, seeing a therapist can help you identify some of those patterns that you don't realize that you're having. And it could be worth so much more in savings just by going to see that. And I know sometimes there's a huge stigma around it and you feel weird going to see a therapist, but you know what? Sometimes that's what we need to really help us out because we can't see it ourselves, and a lot of times we don't listen to our friends and family. It's just the reality. So going out and seeking a professional, it can even maybe be a hypnotherapist, it doesn't matter, but going out and getting that extra help definitely will make a big difference in your spending. So I hope these tips were helpful and it helps you to realize why you might be overspending. If you're looking for another video on how to actually create a budget or do more budgeting type things, over here the next video is going to be helping you guide that, or the video underneath that is going to be whatever YouTube feels like you might want to watch. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.